I'm reminded of when I first started writing. I was a student at the University of Kentucky, and I remember at that time we had a basketball team that went to the Final Four a couple times. Literally, I think we went to the championship game. I think 2 or 3 years in a row, or something crazy like that. I mean, the basketball program it's really like a professional sports program down there. If you follow your sports, you know what I'm talking about. And I remember a couple things from talking to athletes. Was number one, I remember an athlete telling me specifically that the coaches did not want them reading my articles. They didn't want these ideas in their head, these ideas of athletes deserving to be paid, or these issues that was going on in the black community, and you have to really be skeptical of anybody that doesn't want you to have access to information so you can engage in free thought and make your own decision. And the second thing I remember was that at the time we had a massive student protest because there was a black woman who was physically attacked and whatnot, and we went to the athletes for help because we said, look, if one of you guys just says one word about this, it'll really help us in our cause. And they so many of them were just afraid to be involved at all. One guy, I think Nazi Muhammad, who's in the NBA now, he was the only one that did a little bit, and I respected that. But the rest of them were just so afraid of the penalty that would come from their overseer if they did engage in any of this, that they just backed away. And so when you see, guys like Charles Barkley, saying the things that he's been saying in public, it's one thing if he remains silent. I think people will forgive him for not saying anything, but the
Yeah.
fact that he went out of his way to to disrupt the energy that people already had was a problem. And then when you contrast that with his background, I mean, this dude was a thug. This guy was in so many situations where he could have easily been another Eric Garner. I mean, you are another 6'4", 300-pound black man yourself who said, "I will kick a cop's ass," and you're lucky that cop didn't beat you and kill you on that day. The only reason he didn't do that was because, as you mentioned, he was insulated. He was playing for the Rockets, so they weren't going to kill one of their players. So I think that's it's an interesting dynamic.